Hello and welcome to Got Next Gaming, and yeah, I know what you're all thinking. You're like, wait a second, this is not a mall, and it's day 44, and you have a motorcycle, and you're out in the middle of a desert. What are you doing? What happened to the Eden Challenge? Don't worry, it's still going on. Just kind of figured I would do a little something different here, a little one-off, as we are just kind of doing stuff here, right? I've been doing the Eden Mall and loving it. Absolutely a fantastic challenge. Not going to stop it anytime soon, except when I die. It's going to keep going until we come to an end, right? Until we feel like there's an end in sight. But right now, if I decided to do a little bit of a one-off, I do play the game for fun on my own. And yes, I am at day 44. Started this one, this whole how do you want to call it, stay-at-home order happened here. I live in the Northeast. I'm in Connecticut, and we've been locked down for about 21 days now, and I'm at day 44. Started this after that whole thing kind of happened. About a day or so in, I decided to start a whole new world, something that I was playing on myself, and whenever I'm out doing the Mall series, I kind of play here because I love this game. It's one of my favorite games, so I do play it often, even like I said, on my own free time. And this is a 90-minute day, so this version with 44 days is probably about 60 hours worth of work. And like I said, when you're home a lot, and after the kids have finished their schoolwork, I mean, what else is there to do, right? Clean the house, we've done that. I have to clean it a lot more. That's like a full-time job, actually, with 2 kids at home all the time. But, I mean, after that, there's plenty to do, and I don't go to bed so early, and yeah, so we put some hours into this. What we're going to do is we're going to ride back to my base, and we're going to kind of give you a little bit of a tour of the base that I've been working on here. And it's, like I said, there's a lot more involved because there's a lot more time that's gone by, and I can focus on it. There's my tree farm. I know, tree farm, lame, but I'm in the middle of the desert. Instead of having to drive to get my wood, that's what she said. And I just made myself laugh. That's so stupid. I've just planted some trees here in the desert, and that's that. Here is what we're going to kind of look at here. Oh, my clan block is turned on. Okay, I got to turn that back off. This is my horde base. This is where I kind of fend off the horde in the last couple of nights that I've done, and you can see they've tore this place up pretty good. Ooh, there's some zombies spawning in here. Look at that. How you doing? Oh, and there's one right here at my feet. Okay, shut. I'm trying to talk here. Don't be rude. Daddy's trying to talk. Don't be rude. Hit you in the nuts. There you go. Alright, so that's the horde base. I'll leave the door open. Doesn't make a difference. They did pretty decent damage to that in the last one, so we gotta do some repairs, minor repairs here and there, and whatnot. This is kind of what we were working on when we... I know you saw that thing in the right corner. We'll get to that in a minute. This is where I kind of started off in this little shack and made my little home in here for a long time, as I was building stuff up and kind of fortified it the way I needed it to. And I have all my stuff here kind of laid out very nicely. I like to keep all of my stuff organized. I'm kind of a freak that way, but I've been slowly clearing this out because we're moving into what is my main base now. And we're going to go take a look at that. Right, meow. Close the door. Always close the door behind you. So it all started off with me doing this here first, starting off with this little hole, digging into the side of the mountain, digging all the way through, and eventually winding my way, digging way on my way back out to have a garage. So you can imagine this is probably a decent sized base inside, being that my garage is all the way over there. And yes, it is a lot of work in here. It took an auger to do most of it. Unfortunately, I got an auger pretty early on and did a lot of digging with an auger, and had forges running almost non-stop. Here's my vault door, kind of a 2-door system here. We'll put another vault door in the front there. We do have electricity running here, and you can see the lights are running, and there's the wires. I'll kind of show you what I did there with the wiring. A little bit of a freak about that too. So here's a kind of a little bit of a main area, workbench, chem station, some storage, some quick storage. And here's my table saw, just because. I don't really use it, but just because. We're going to make it a complete base, right? In here is my forge room for the most part, and where my cement mixers go. I have a dedicated sand mixer, dedicated cement mixer to make concrete on the go all the time. And then here's the stone forges. They're kind of rolling all the time. And then, of course, my storage for all my different stuff. I didn't really mark out this storage yet. Oops, I did not mean to do that. Let's put that stuff back, shall we? No, we'll put away all of our other health stuff while we're here. Okay. And then, yep, storage is here. So we got our cement and then stone and everything sorted out, ready to go into the mixer. And then, of course, concrete and cobblestone for upgrading. And then, again, this is an empty box right now. Lots of storage, though. Plenty of storage to go around. And then my sand mixer, really. I use this to make some gravel, too. When I was doing some gravel, I used it to do crushed sand, mostly. So that we have plenty of sand in order to make that. But we have tons of stone. I mean, look at this. Look what this is done. This is what this is done. There's stone here. There's stone there. There's stone everywhere. We got iron and clay in here for our iron stuff. We got our lead, and we got a dedicated lead glass one here, and then a brass one, and storage for the lead, brass, and iron. Yeah, and glass stuff. Plenty of room to grow in here. Obviously, made this room a decent size so we can kind of grow into it. We have some lights in here that are wired up, and you're like, hey, look at the wiring job. Not bad. I don't know why that's hanging down like that. That's really weird. Something glitched there, and it won't go away. I'm going to show you all the wiring stuff, too, how that all worked out. We'll start with that, actually. We'll get into that in a second. It's our utility room, right? We have one generator going right now. Right here, this bad boy. It's got 3 engines in it able to handle 150 watts. We have all the wiring going, and I kind of like to make it as neat as possible, so I made a little like service corridor here. Through here we have our relay, and then it gets wired out to the front there. And then the other thing is up here where we get wired up to the top, and we go all the way through, and this kind of gets down into our forge room, and that's why you see the one of the storage chests right there for the forge room, right? So that we wire it, and it kind of looks neat this way. I don't have all the wires flopping around in the base so much. I mean, you do see some wires, but not a ton of them. And again, there's another wire flopping down like that. I gotta work on fixing that. And then up here, we'll go into here first, because this is one of my favorite things. I talked about how anal I was about making sure everything is organized properly. Well, this is warehouse 66. This is our storage. We have a motion sensor here, which is not hooked up yet. I do need a power door, but I can't seem to find the schematic for it, and I'm not up in skill points high enough yet for that. Let's open this bad boy up. This has a dedicated generator for reasons. And then here is a massive warehouse for storage. So, I mean, we can turn on the generator and have lights in here. And as, like I said, dedicated generator, we can live in here for a long time. We got all our food stuff. We got all our weapon stuff all sorted out very nicely with signs and on it and everything. And then it goes all the way back. And we're still working on organizing a lot of this stuff. As I work on it, we're still trying to upgrade all this to the reinforced concrete as well. Definitely a work in progress as far as that goes. And just constantly working on it as we go, little by little. We work on different sections as I go to keep it interesting. This next one here is going to be my pride and joy for the most part. Is my garage area where you can see my Jeep and my little mini bike. And this place is massive. This is a massive garage, mostly because of the Jeep, to try to turn it around inside, which is really nice and easy. Eventually I'll set up the garage door to be automatic. And here's it's going to be a security office at some point. We have some shelves in there already and a office chair. Having trouble finding an iron desk to put in here, but I already have the TVs made, ready to go in a storage unit somewhere. But this is, yeah, all wired up and ready to go. I turned the lights off during the day. It gets super bright. These things are just way too bright, but these are all wired up as well. Again, didn't really plan for the lights to be here until after the fact. So that's why we got kind of wires running here. Otherwise, I would have ran them behind, and I might clean that up later on. I might actually fix that and dig behind there when I get a chance to do that in through their utility room and try to see if I can dig my way out maybe around here and then try to run it. But then we still have to run the wires to this side as well. Garage door rolls up. And there you have it there. We have one more little section. Oh, I grow some plants at the top there. I want to get my bike, though, and get this inside. And then we'll go through the interior of this place as well. Didn't want to show that off right away, but you kind of saw it. Whoa, we crashed. That was awful. That's because we're dropping frames as we go. All right, gotta stop, turn around, drop that garage door. That's why we want to make it automatic. This way it opens up. When we go in, there we go, pulling in. All right, back our bike up, Back it up. There we go. And boom, done. So we still have to upgrade a lot of stuff in here as far as like the concrete goes. We had a really hard time building this out because it was it's all sand. It was all sand on top of it. So when I was building it out, I had wood up here first, which was the upgraded wood. It wasn't even like the basic wood. It was like at least the upgraded, like you see over there against that wall. But it all collapsed with the sand, which was very frustrating, and it took a long time to do it. I had to do all of this with reinforced concrete first, and then refill in the sand up top, mostly gravel, just so that it kind of deters zombies for the most part, which it still doesn't do. We're going to have to throw some spikes up there or something at some point. Recently started working on this too. This is going to kind of be our living quarters. I was looking for a sort of mine to work on, and did find that. And we have a bunch of iron in here, which we're still working on, but I'm going to make this like the living quarters at some point, you know, and we'll make a thing around here as well. But yeah, that's the base, and there's a tour of the base. Alpha 18, 2020, here in April. Yeah, I mean, you guys let me know what you think. It was a lot of work, and kind of talk about what you guys are doing if you're making bases like I do. I like to build. That's mostly my passion about this game is the building aspect of it, and sitting here and grinding away and chopping at stone. Like I said, it's a grind, but it's the part of the game that I love. Here's my TVs. I have a whole bunch of battery banks ready to go as well. But yeah, I mean, this is mostly like this auger had gotten a lot of work. Let me tell you, I built this thing and in level 5, and it's gotten a lot of work going through a lot of this stuff, digging it all out. And then I use my regular pickaxe to kind of frame out. I dig out the most of it, and then I use the pickaxe to kind of get down to like the fine tuning pieces when I gotta go put stuff in. But yeah, that's the base, man. This is it. 60 hours in, and this is what we're looking at. It's to me mostly impressive, very impressive. I'm impressed by it. I've done a lot of stuff like this before with 7 Days to Die. I've put over 1,000 hours into it. Ooh, did not expect to see you. One shot with the pickaxe. Was not expecting that. Kind of caught me by surprise. Should be walking around with the gun. Holy crap. Anyway, yeah, so claim blocks inside there right now. We're leaving it there for the time being, but I can go turn off the bounds for it. I just wanted to see what the bounds were when I was doing it. I mean, you guys let me know down below what you're doing as far as bases go. What is your favorite part of 7 Days to Die? Do you like the building like I do? I can sit here and build for days and days and days, and like I said, I put over 1,000 hours into this game. More than 1,000. I'm probably closer to 2,000 at this point since 2013 when I first started playing it. Way back in the early alpha stages when it came out. I think I picked it up in like alpha 5 or something, and just been playing and playing and playing. Fell in love with it on the PS4, and then made my way back to the PC again. I didn't have a computer for the longest time, but and now I play on a Mac, so it runs really well on a Mac, except when I'm running my recording software. It does kind of get a little choppy with the frames here and there, but for the most part, pretty good. Love this game. Love you guys. Thanks for the support. Again, comments below. Talk to me a little bit. Let me know what's going on out there. How you guys doing with what's going on? How you faring? We're well here. We're all good. If not a little stir crazy being stuck in the house. We try to get out as much as we can to go for walks and stuff. But we're doing good. And really enjoying ourselves. And again, me being able to play one of my favorite games as much as I can for the last 3 weeks, 60 hours in. I don't ever get to play this game that much, but now I have. So I'm making the most of my time with my family and my kids when I can, and playing 7 days a night at night, and making videos for you guys. All right, I'll see you soon. Bye bye.